All right, President Biden announced the cancellation of student loan debt for millions of Americans. His plan expects to wipe out up to $20,000 for those who may qualify. Now, this weekend, the Department of Education released the student loan forgiveness application. And joining us to talk about that is Kimberly Washington to tell us how to apply for student loan relief. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
So first, tell us about the student loan debt relief.
Right, so many people may be aware, of course, right now, is that you may qualify up to $20,000 in a case, of course, if you did have a Pell Grant in college. Of course, it is based off of your income. So if your adjusted gross income, so that's different from your income itself, is less than $125,000. If you're single, you may qualify. If it's a household, it's $250,000. So those are some things that you do want to be aware of at this time.
You got to know those details. Now,
Yes.
how will the application process work, Kim?
It's a very simple process, and it's actually active right now. You can actually go to the studentaid.gov website. You can put in your information. It's very basic, very short. It'll only take you a few minutes. You just need to enter basic information such as your name, your address, social security number, your date of birth, and also your email address. And also keep in mind you have until December 31st to complete the application, so you don't want to wait too long. You want to make sure that you get that information in as soon as possible.
Now, Kim, after you apply for the relief, what's next?
So you'll get a notification as soon as you apply. So that's the first step, that you'll know that it was actually received. The second thing, of course, your loan provider will actually reach out to you and let you know whether or not you qualify. In many cases, you don't need to do anything. In some cases, you may be requested to provide additional information. So make sure that you put in a correct email address and that you're keeping your eye out for any additional information that you need to be aware of at this time.
Absolutely. And finally, Kim, what else should borrowers who are watching this right now, what should they know?
Be careful, of course, because right now there's a tons of different scams going on as it relates to the student loan forgiveness program, but you will never need to pay anything to qualify for this program, and you shouldn't receive a phone call also as well, so keep that in mind. You definitely don't want to provide your information, such as your social security number, date of birth, to anyone who calls you. You also want to keep in mind, if you do feel as though you were scammed or someone tried to, you can actually report this by calling 877-382-4356, or you can actually head online at reportfraud.ftc.gov.
Giving us everything we need to know to save on our bottom dollar, and also when it comes to college loans.
Yes.